Analytical content. Yeah, you know, this happens pretty often. In fact, it happens so often that the tweet I'm going to show you today is making fun of the fact that it happens so often. If the Melee community at large cared about actual analytical content, I would have made so much sick stuff by now. Honestly, just so hard to get motivated to do it when top player uses low tier and top player consumes hot sauce are just 1 million times more appreciated. It's come up so many times that the reason I saw it on my timeline was because Lord Knight said, I love seeing this tweet every 3 months. And it's true. It's not just a Melee issue. People in fighting games, or they say in Guilty Gear or Street Fighter or Dragon Ball or whatever the game is, they say like, you know, it's a real shame that like analytical content, nobody watches it. It's never viewed, right? I want to show you guys something. This is maybe the funniest video I've seen on Twitter in I don't even know how long. I've done a lot of analysis, particularly match analysis over the years. And this video, really, when people say like, oh, I make analytical content and nobody checks it out, it looks like this video.
Let's just get right into it. Wow, just like so much happened there. Okay, we gotta go back. Oh wait, I went back too far. No, that was too. If you move keys, you can go frame by frame. Oh, thanks so much, chat.
All right, this killed me. When I saw that, this is the end for me. Do you know how many times I've been in the middle of like, so, you know, this matchup, the way this works, and they're like, hey, Sajam, if you didn't know, you can hit comma or period to go frame by frame. And I'm like, bro, the video's paused. Like, why? Calm down there, sport, okay? Just keep it together for just a second, all right? Anyway, sorry.
Oh, whoops, sorry. Perfect. Okay, so he shoots a laser. Mango's really good at this little dash dance. He's like, you know, when he like reads the roll, you know, does a little dash dance, does like a little drill, does a little dash dance. He did that little dash dance in a drill. Oh, interesting. This dash attack misses. Mango does his little dash dance and comes back in with a grab of his own. He grabs his shield, so, you know, maybe if you're Zane, like, I think a common habit for people is they immediately shield after their inputs. Sorry, what was that, chat? Wow, that was actually a really insightful piece of information. Yeah, I know. And if you don't like this content, it's because you guys are fucking idiots that don't appreciate real knowledge and you don't want to get good. And I'm going to project how insecure I am about how much I want to get better onto people that are just watching a fucking stream.
Sorry, the ending's pretty good. I'll let you.
Anyways. There it is again, that little dash dance.
I make primarily an analytical content, right? It's what people consume the most. All of my content, for the most part, is about teaching or it's about analysis. The reason that my analytical content has always been well received, I think, and also it does well, is for the same reason that all the other analytical content in our community does well, which is that it has a plan and it is formulated in a way to be interesting to you, regardless of whether it's something that you maybe even think you're gonna like or not before the video begins, or if the topic to you, you're like, that's an okay topic, and you end up watching, you're like, wow, this is really interesting. And I've done this over years and years and years of refinement. That little parody video is match analysis, and I used to do that all the time. When I did match analysis, my goal was to make sure that I didn't do what just happened in that, like, I need that shit to go moving. I see videos, right, where I'm like, how long is the original match? It's like 10 minutes. And you look, and there is an hour of match analysis. It is okay to be faster than that when you're doing match analysis. In fact, if you cannot be faster than that, you need to pre-watch it and plan the things you're gonna say. Even match analysis itself, right, as an idea, I sort of phased away from, because although that kind of content is good and people liked it, it is a little like on the fly and not always the most rehearsed content, even if you've seen the matches before and you know the things you're going to talk about. I noticed at one point back in like 2017 that High Fight cut like a clip that's like, this is how you play footsies in this Xiaohai versus Itabashi Zangief match analysis I did, and it did so well. And when I saw that this little bite-sized version of what I was trying to do did so well, I thought to myself, okay, why is this doing so well? And the reason is that it was an idea within the match analysis that was really tight, and when presented in a small way like that was really good. So instead of doing more match analysis, I pivoted my analytical content towards doing more like This is your brain on fighting games. This is how you learn this thing. This is this one concept idea. And I realized people like that a lot with, different examples and things. Then I realized, like, wait, instead of just like always showing an example, why don't I just talk about ideas or frustrations or learning topics or analysis in fighting games and just talk about these things directly with people? So I tried something different. I was like, let me do more on camera versions of analysis and discussions about deeper ideas within fighting games. And that does really well too. The point is, though, is that all of my analysis is always with a plan, and I always try and format it or change the shape or idea of it to whatever is successful and whatever the best way to present this idea is. I like doing match analysis and I like watching matches, but it's not always the best way to get ideas into people's heads. So instead, I will cut and take a specific moment from a set and say, let's talk about this idea in this. If you think about the other analysis ideas that are really popular within fighting games, video essays, which is literally just analytical content, and the entire reason people like it is that it's bite-sized, it's edited down, right? So it's not like a long-form discussion. And the second idea behind it that's very important is that it's entertaining. Part of the reason my analysis has changed and improved a lot is that I'm a commentator, and for my job, I'm the person that no one wants to hear speak. Like a tournament match is happening, it's Daigo versus Justin Wong. The last thing you want to hear is like, yeah, so that's a frame perfect punish on this, and he's looking for that, and that's like a one frame link here. And actually, if you do reversal this at this timing, it option selects all. Instead, you want to hear Tasty Steve, who's like, oh my God, he's getting hyped. Let's go make some noise. Like, he's actually just creating energy. And I'm sucking the energy out of the air by being a fucking nerd, putting my glasses up, just like, oh guys, well actually the thing that happened, like no one wants to hear me. Even in a live setting like that, analysis has to be done that way. There is no difference if you're doing it for YouTube or Twitch. The other good example of analytical content that people love is high fights, like Just Frame Breakdown. That is like less analysis than some of the other stuff that he's done. But the thing is essentially it's like play-by-play with text. And it's literally just, these are the options available. These are the options available. This is what happened. And it's not like this analysis is like so like it's gonna blow your mind. Like you're like, oh my God, but it's incredibly tightly put together. It's very, very good at explaining the situations. It's literally telling you exactly what's on the screen. And it's a tight capture of a moment, and they're fast. Analysis doesn't have to make you understand every single thing about the moment. It just has to help you understand the moment, what's happening, and what's important. And most people who do analysis do not tell you what's important. They tell you all the extraneous shit that you don't need to know about, that doesn't fucking matter. And the important shit's in there somewhere in like 2 minutes of like an hour and a half video. And you're like, this shit sucks. Analytical content, it does very well. It just needs to be packaged well, edited into something tight, and have a concise idea, and stay up to date. If you just do the same old shit that people did 10 years ago, it's probably not going to do well. I upload like hour-long sets or matches of sets with me and like my viewers, right? But it's not like the most watched thing. It's not going to grow my channel. My analytical content has evolved over the years, and it's like the most popular stuff I do on my channel still, which is like the kind of shit that should probably not do well on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, you would assume the kind of stuff that one of the larger fighting game channels would do would just be like clickbaity shit and fucking tier lists and like all the shit that the algorithm loves, right? But like, I don't make that kind of stuff because I don't like that kind of stuff, so I just don't do it. And if you don't like that kind of stuff and you want to make something different, you totally can. But you also have to remember that if you desire to make analytical content, right, and you make tier lists and like silly, funny, like lower effort to consume style content all the time, your audience is not gonna, they're gonna be like, what is this? Like you have trained them to enjoy silly, goofy stuff, and then you just dump an encyclopedia on them. Like, they're not here for fucking summer school. So I see people who are like, I make all this, like, they make this style of content, and then when they try to do something that's like a little different and then people don't like it, they're like, well, shit. Whose fault is this? It's like, you created this style of content. That's what people want to watch. Like, if I just start randomly streaming some game that like nobody here like gives a shit about and my viewership is lower, I'm not going to be like, guys, I'm going to just be like, yeah, that makes sense. Analytical content is very popular. Core Gaming does basically only fighting game stuff, realistically, right? And like, his stuff it's just analytical content. Same thing with Hi Fight. Hi Fight is just literally clips and analytical content. It does very well. What do you mean? Is eggs and salsa is not weird? Somebody was like, is Like hot sauce on eggs? Like what do you mean? Hot sauce on eggs is very normal. No, it's not. It's fantastic. What the fuck are you talking about? How are you eating your eggs? Like, are you sitting there like with your cutlery? Where's my plain egg? No salt, no pepper. Like, what do you guys? How do you guys fucking eat eggs? Eggs are a vessel. Imagine like an egg, like any kind, right? Whatever you like, scrambled, sunny side up, and then just imagine hot sauce on it. Put some protein in there if you got some bacon or some Spam or some sausage or whatever, and you'll be like, damn, what have I been doing with my life? That's what that'll be the path your brain takes. Just put some shit on there, you know? Put some shit on your eggs. Come on, man.
There it is again. The little
eggs.
Yes.